Hey. So, Rudy, you made a reaction to, my short video from like 2 days ago or something, and, you were curious, thanks for making that, response. I thought it was interesting to listen to and everything, but, you did ask about, if I went to the casino today, with my dad, and, I did. And I was gonna make actually before you even asked that, or I watched your video, um, I was going to more than likely make a recording talking about it and my experience with going to a casino for the first time, or at least going inside of a casino for the first time and such, and my little short experience with that. So I feel like playing some DRG, and it's a little bit late, so instead of just rambling about pretty much most part of my day, I'll just play that while trying to talk talk about that. Um, yeah, just give me a moment here, uno momento, and I'll start talking about it. Um, yeah, I mean, overall, it was a worthwhile, interesting, sort of somewhat novel experience. Not going to pretend it is something that it would be like, oh wow, I definitely want to do this again, but definitely something just interesting overall, I guess. Uh, what do I need to? Oh, yeah. I technically radiation zone crystal. Okay. All right. Who do I want to play? Uh, I'll play some scout, I guess. Fuck it. Yeah, I'll just play pretty basic, pretty straightforward scout build. Yeah. I'll just go with something simple here. And yeah. And what? Ooh, uh, crystalline. What minerals do I need? I need jadis. I know that, so don't really need any of that. So I guess I'll go to crystalline caverns. Do oh yeah, sure. I don't know. I'll do a hazard 3. Oops. I will do a solo hazard 3 salvage operation, I guess. Uh, and what's the? Oh yeah. Whoops. Solo hazard 3. That'll work, I guess. Um, but yeah. So this morning we went very early, pretty early. It was snowing the night before, and or it snowed the night before. Not like that much, but enough. And the main like issue was that it got way colder uh the night after the snow or whatever, so any of the snow that had accumulated had become like kind of ice, um like ice or icy or like hard, and not like easy to shovel or whatever, so I had to get rid of some of that. But I think we left at like, I don't know, maybe 9:30. What time was it? Yeah, it was maybe like 9:30 or something we left. And so we went there at 9:30, or we left at like 9:30, and it's not, we were going to this casino, I guess, that's in not in Jersey, but it's in Pennsylvania, not like a not very deep into Pennsylvania, but so we had a fair drive to go. I think it was like 45. It was like almost an hour drive, like 50 minutes or something. I think it was like 40 miles or some shit. But most of it was on like highway turnpike kind of driving speed to like 65 miles an hour. So yeah, it took like around 50 minutes. Um and let's see, so kind of the reason that my dad went was that well, okay, the main reason was that he wanted to not be there while they were doing the painting bullshit, because they were going to be basically fucking up the room that he normally is in most of the time, fucking up essentially his room, and he didn't want to be bothered by that, involved with that. So that was his main reason for I guess you could say doing the you know deciding to go to the casino or whatever. Um, that was his main reason for going to the casino, pretty much. But what was my point? I was trying to make it with that exactly. The main point I was trying to make with that is just kind of like, oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is that he had won some money on like the lotteries the previous days. So I don't know. He had like, what would have been like what would it have been? It would have been yeah. So the stupid pick three that my dad plays. I don't know like anything really about the stupid lottery besides what like they kind of tell me about it. Um, or at least what I sometimes ask just out of, I guess, curiosity. But so the pick three is the one that they play the most, and basically, as the name suggests, you just want to get like three numbers. Um, you want to get three numbers, and then you win, I guess, whatever payout. So I guess it used to be like a variable payout. Um, but at some point they changed it. So at some point they changed it so it's a fixed like static payout now. So I guess the payout for pick three now is funny enough is 300. And now yeah, I guess if you get the three numbers or some shit, it's It's $330. So of course the 33 has to come in there. So it's $330 per ticket. Um, if you hit any of the numbers, or if you hit three numbers, I guess on the stupid ticket that you put in or whatever, the stupid number that you pick. Um, so my dad, what is it? He won. I don't know what exactly it was. He won like he won like 6,000 a few days ago on pick three or some shit because he had like a number paid like 20 times or some shit, something like that. Um, and then just uh, what would that be? Just like I think the day after or maybe 2 days after he hit another pick three, so he got another like 3,630 or some shit. Um, and with that, he was like, "All right, well," he's like, "All right, well, that's what I'm gonna use. That's what he was gonna use essentially to play at the casino or whatever. At least that was, what his logic was. It's like, all right, well, that's what I'm using at the casino, pretty much. Now, when we went there, he did not use that much. He did not use that much, but that's that was essentially like his reason that he was like, all right, he's definitely going to the casino or whatever. Is that he had hit a few numbers. He had hit a few numbers. Um, and they hadn't hit many numbers in a pretty long time, so it was kind of pretty surprising that he'd hit like two or three times in a row or whatever for a fairly decent amount. In short, because I guess the past few months it's been like a dry what would you call it, like a drought. It's been like a drought of winning much. So winning almost like 10,000 in almost in like a few days was pretty not 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 the usual, I guess. Definitely not the usual. But yeah, so them winning a bunch of numbers in pretty quick, in like a few days is not the usual. Um, but that was one of the reasons that my dad had the excuse or whatever to go to the casino, I guess. But the main one is that he just kind of wanted to get away from that bullshit while it was going on in the house, uh, and in the room that he primarily resides in and stuff. But yeah, so we started driving there at like 9:30 or some shit, whatever. Uh, I brought a few. I brought like a bag of like the everyday carry bag kind of shit with like a bunch of stuff just because I was like I don't know what I might need uh what I might need suddenly or some bullshit. So I was like whatever, just bring a bunch of shit. But I didn't use like basically any of it. But I was like all right, might as well just in case. But as we were driving there, I was just helping him using whatever it's the Waze app to help keep us on track of where we needed to go or whatever, because he's pretty shit with directions, even though he's been there before and stuff. Man, fucking Bosco, follow your fucking orders, dude. Clean up the fucking shit. There you go, motherfucker. Uh, of course, this one would have 3 fucking lithophage outbreaks or whatever. And yeah, totally not coincidence, by the way, that this season that I'm playing in it was released during the peak of like COVID, pretty much, with the fucking bullshit plague stuff. Um, but yeah, so we were going there, and on the way, I told him I'm like, so I normally eat around this time. So I was like, can we get something, even though it's pretty early? Can we get something? Can we get something to eat before we get there? Just because I was like, it's probably gonna be pretty fucking expensive. I would imagine at whatever food court or whatever they would have at the casino. So I'm like, we might as well eat beforehand. I guess that was just my logic. So I told him I was like, all right, if we could find like a Wendy's or something, we'll go there. Uh, we did eventually find a Wendy's. He got like a little bit lost because we were gonna go to the steakhouse, but then we found out that the steakhouse was only open from like 4 p.m. to like 10 or something, and I guess it makes sense because it's like, why would a steakhouse fucking be open like around breakfast time? Because probably almost nobody goes to a steakhouse around that time anyway. So that place was closed. So we're like, all right, let's see if we can find a Wendy's or some shit. If not, not a big deal. Just get something at the food court or something, expensive or not. Got a Wendy. Went to Wendy's. I think I got a. I think the name was like a Dave's Triple or some shit like that. Like basically like 3 burger patties on a burger, but I didn't get a burger. I told him I was like, can you not put a bun and stuff because I'm on the keto diet thing. No bun and all that. So I basically they put it in like a little plastic container kind of thing, which was definitely good. But it was Wendy's. I think Wendy's is like of all of the burger places. Um, I need ammo. Oh wait, do I not have enough? I don't even have enough nitro yet. Shit. I need fucking ammo. I need to find some loot bugs or some shit. Um, and where the fuck is the nitro here? There's some. Okay. And a loot bug. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. Um, but yeah, I decided I was like, I don't know how big these Dave's triples are or whatever, so I just decided to get 2 of them, 2 orders of it or whatever. Turns out they were fairly big, so I was I guess at least in terms of value, pretty pleasantly surprised by that fact, at least. But so I ate those in the car. My dad got one as well. What without with the buns and stuff. Um, with the buns and everything, and then we started heading there. We weren't really that we were like only a few minutes away by that point. Um, got to the casino, and man, I was just surprised by like how this one like really was not big at all. I mean, okay, I wouldn't say it wasn't big at all, but it was not nearly as big as I had expected it to be. Just because I don't know, like seeing other pictures of casinos, maybe assume that it would be a generally pretty big, like kind of complex or whatever. But I guess just being like a little kind of casino in like sort of the middle of nowhere, kind of. It kind of makes sense that it was just like not much, not much in terms of like grandeur, size, or whatever. It had like one decently sized big sign, but that was about it. Um, it looked about as big as like a fucking a mini mall, or not a mini mall, a some of the mall like the it looked about as big in terms of like just the building size was like the what we have here, the Brunswick Square Mall it's called. So like a pretty large mall, but not that large. It was basically in terms of size. Um, so I was like kind of surprised by that fact that it was just not nearly as large of a place as I thought it would be. Um, but it was kind of surprising just being like a fucking Monday, an early morning Monday. It was like 11. Yeah, it was 11:30 by the time we went in because we got my food at like 11. Then we got there and then I finished my food at like 11:30. And then we went in at like 11:30. Um so yeah, like 11:30, just barely the fucking afternoon. And there was like not like that many people, but it was like more than I was expecting. Even with that, I was like, wow, fucking people on a Monday. Yeah, it's Martin Luther King Day, so I don't know how many fucking people have like days off on Martin Luther King Day besides the schools and shit. So I was like, I don't know. To me, that was just kind of fucking weird. That even then, this casino was like sort of had people there. I was like, wow, people really just gamble on a fucking Monday kind of shit. I guess they gamble any day. Doesn't matter if it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, nothing. They're just always gambling. I guess I should know that by my parents, how they operate, in all fairness. Uh but when we went into the place, it was like a yeah, it still wasn't like really that big and as I was kind of expecting. But not like super small either, I guess. Like I said, like the size of like one of those kind of malls that would probably be around our area, and probably even smaller than some of the other bigger malls I've seen around our area. But went in, the guy wanted to, the guy at the door wanted to check my ID because, I guess not too surprisingly, I look probably a lot younger than I am. Uh, then after that, we went in and then just took a right, went to the bathroom after our little trip. So took a bathroom, took a piss, whatever. And then I was just kind of like looking around. He went to a table. I guess that he knew like the table that he had gone to previously or whatever. So he had kind of like a spot that he already knew that he liked going to or whatever. Familiarity with that. And it was a what was it? Three card poker table, I guess. Um, and I don't really know. I really don't know that much the difference between like fucking 3 card poker, 4 card poker, uh, Texas Hold'em, all that fucking bullshit. I know they're different games, but I don't know how you play 4 card poker compared to 3 card poker. But he started playing. The table was kind of sort of full at the time that he went there. But as soon as he went there, I just told him, I'm like, I'm just gonna kind of take a look around if that's all right. And he was like, oh yeah, just do whatever you want to do. He'll be there or whatever. Um, and So I just started literally just like walking around, like wandering around the place, and this was the weirdest shit about the fucking casino, man. And this is the entire fucking casino too. Like this was the entire casino. Like this pretty big building was just fucking. I mean, not big building, but like big enough building was just completely inundated. Like almost every walkable fucking place in the building had fucking I'm sorry, slot machines. Just fucking slot machines of different fucking like types and like designs and probably vintages and everything with stupid names, but at the end of the day, they were all just still fucking slot machines. With so many, like I said, different fucking bullshit designs, different themes, uh, different graphics, different fucking everything, but still just fucking slots. And this is hundreds. I'm talking about hundreds of these machines throughout this entire fucking casino. Like fucking almost every square goddamn foot was just there would be fucking slot machines somewhere, and I was like, what the fuck, man? This is just weird. Just how many there were. Uh, and like yeah, there was like pockets of certain spots that they had tables with like actual dealers playing certain games. Like my dad was going to play the 3 card poker or whatever. Um, but most of it was just fucking these stupid slots. All of them, obviously turned on and everything, just fucking complete sensory overload, just flashing lights, fucking bullshit noises everywhere, strobing like stupid oscillating lights and stuff with whatever stupid design. So many of the machines were fucking interestingly enough like Asian sort of oriental kind of theme shit. Stuff like samurais and Buddhas and like all this weird shit. Now I don't know if the casino itself was like primarily owned by like like Asian owners or something, or if that's just a thing with gambling in the U.S. where it's like it's primarily because my dad at least is what maybe he's just saying that out of a just a kind of like racist comment or something, but that Chinese people love to gamble and shit, and I don't know. I mean, from what I was seeing, it seems kind of true. So many of the people there were Asian, and so many of the themes of the machines and shit were like Asian Oriental kind of themes. And a fair amount of the workers there as well were like the dealers and the pit bosses and stuff were like Asian and shit. So yeah, I don't know if that's like a fucking thing where Asians and shit or like Chinese specifically maybe just love to fucking gamble like crazy. But yeah, that was weird. That was weird to kind of like observe. Um, and what was the other thing? The fact, I mean, yeah, obviously the fact that there were so many fucking boomers. Like most of the people there were boomers, which probably shouldn't be too surprising. But there was more than I was expecting that were like younger, like of the younger age or whatever. Like clearly younger people that were there. Um, Not like super young, but like younger than I would expect, like millennials and maybe a few Gen Z, maybe, probably not, but mostly like probably millennials that were of that younger kind of looking age group. Um, but like I said, I wasn't expecting to see like almost any young people, but there was more young people there than I was initially anticipating would be the case, which was pretty weird. Um, But I took like a whole walk around the whole place, and it was just fucking so strange, man. It was like 70% of the place was just fucking like covered in these fucking slot machines of like all this different shit. And not even like it was strange too. It wasn't even like in any kind of discernible pattern of like where or like what was where and which themed ones were where and like grouped together or whatever. It was like just fucking like seemingly completely random and arbitrary what machines or what slot machines were placed where and shit. It was just fucking weird as shit. And there was a surprising amount of people just playing on the fucking these slot machines and shit. Like it was mostly boomers, mostly boomers or Gen X that were playing on the slot machines and shit. Um, and the tables, there was not as many people at them and that I was expecting, but it wasn't like dead either. Obviously my dad was at a table for the three card poker and shit. I went around like the food after I went around like the whole place. I sat down at the food court just to kind of see like what they had and just kind of like take in the environment a little bit to kind of see what the hell is going on with this. What the hell's going on with this? And yeah, um, what was it? There was a gift shop. I noted that I was like, I think I'll try to go to the gift shop at some point just to look around, but I never did. There was like, it was funny. There was three bathrooms, but there was fucking like, like hundreds and hundreds of these fucking slot machines, but only like three bathrooms or four bathrooms in the whole fucking place, just like kind of scattered around. They had a section for like they had a bar like in a pretty big bar in the middle, and like a fish grill bar, sports bar, kind of like fish, seafood sort of bar or sports bar kind of shit. I don't even know if it was really open or not. It seemed like so many of the places weren't even open like at the same time the food court places of different names or whatever. Um, what else? There was a sports betting place, which is a pretty big fucking area. Um it was like a big ass movie theater where there was just a shit ton of seats, but there was like almost nobody in the seats, but just giant screens, I guess, playing whatever fucking bullshit sports that people were able to put bets on, I guess, at I don't know when they would, or however that stupid shit worked. I think they supposedly had a horse race, something, or I didn't really look too deep because I don't even know if it was open at the time, but yeah, it was kind of strange. And then they had a room in like at the back, which was like specifically for playing like poker, but it's not poker that's like my dad playing three card poker where it's all against the dealer, but it's poker where you're actually like playing poker against other people and then like if one person bets higher than the other people bet against them kind of shit. So I was looking at that and I was like, that sounds terrible. Playing against other random people like that would probably get some fucking people pissed off. And as my dad mentioned, it's like fucking so much. It felt like so much weird like coercion or like buddy shit where the some people knew each other, so they purposely like tried to fuck over people that weren't in that group kind of stuff to get like benefit them and shit, like some weird crap like that. He said when he did that before, and I was like, yeah, that I was kind of looking in, and I was like, that's not the kind of vibe I would want to be doing at this bullshit. So many people were just sitting at the slot machines in random places and stuff. So many boomers. Um, and like I don't know, like it's. I guess kind of the main point I wanted to make was just kind of the strange experience it was going to a casino for the first time. Um, Going to a casino for the first time and sort of just kind of like observing the whole nature of it, I guess you could say. The whole like just taking in like what the fuck the entire concept of this bullshit was and the kind of people that would like be coming there. Um and it was like some I because after I'd done my little just kind of walking around shit, I decided to go back to the table my dad went to, and I just started watching him behind his seat. All the people that had been at the table before, they were all gone. So at that point, my dad was the only one at that table. He was just playing, like with the dealer or whatever, and he was just playing with the dealer. So I was like, all right. So he asked me if I wanted to play or if I wanted any money to play it myself, and I was like, nah, I'm good. I'll just watch for now. Um, and yeah, he was just playing whatever, I guess 3 card poker for he was just playing it the entire time, like the entire time we were there. He just played at that same table 3 card poker. Didn't change to anything else or whatever. And I was trying to I was asking him questions most of the time, just kind of saying like, trying to understand the concept of the game itself, or like how to play 3 card poker and stuff, like what hands he's looking for, what hands he aren't good, how he's winning what and losing what for whatever bets he makes and shit. um and like what how much he's putting down and like why or whatever, like what limits there are that you could put or not. Stuff like that, just like basic fucking shit. um and I still wasn't getting it for quite. I mean, I understood like generally the kind of poker stuff, but I didn't understand like what hands are like good and what hands are really good, what like what a straight is, what a flush is. I generally kind of had an idea like what some of those were, but like I think you get what I mean, like not a good grasp on like why the winner wins sometimes and why you lose sometimes, kind of shit. Why there's like they had like these 2 bonus cards that they had too, that if you got like 2 good pulls from there, then you could get extra money if you put something on one of these other bet things or some shit. It was just a fucking weird. Like, that's one of those reality breakdown things, is like, who the fuck made these stupid ass card games like that? And made these stupid ass card games and shit like that, and somehow, oh yeah, it just totally made sense. Like somebody just thought this up for just somebody just thought this up because just a fun little game, Humpty Dumpty. Little fun little Humpty Dumpty game that some fucker just made up. Yeah, right. And then everybody just decided, all right, we're all gonna start playing with these 52 cards of kings of the 4 suits, hearts, diamonds. What is it? Hearts, diamonds, clubs, and spades. And we're just gonna have all this monarchical fucking symbolism with kings, queens, jokers, jacks, whatever fucking jack is, and all these various numbers and shit. But that absurdity aside, with that whole shit, um, but yeah, I was just kind of asking him questions the whole time. I was standing behind him because I didn't really know the etiquette or whatever of the casino shit, so I was like, I don't want anybody to fucking like, I don't want anybody to give me shit or yell at me or something, like saying, "Hey, you gotta sit down" or some shit. You gotta play or some shit. So I was just tried to be as careful as possible to not get any extra attention that I didn't want or something. Because from the stories my dad, like, whenever I would ask, it seems like they could be kind of fucking dickheads at these casinos. At these casinos at times where they're just like fucking like, oh man, if you don't go by these rules exactly, we'll fucking bitch at you kind of bullshit. Which is pretty ridiculous to me because I'm just like, man, what the fuck? You're a paying customer idiot, and they're gonna treat you like a fucking dick over some stupid ass rules, like some stupid ass rules, completely arbitrary. All for the benefit, obviously, of their fucking the stupid casino, the house. Um, but yeah, so I was just kind of like trying to not be trying to ask questions without being too annoying and shit. My dad was answering the best he could and all that. I was making, comments here and there, just kind of like, offhanded comments about how shit gambling is, like, or whatever, stuff like that, or that kind of stuff. But yeah, just observing what that was going on there. They kept switching the dealers, and I don't know if that's something that I guess they always do that. That's just like a regular thing. Like at each table, they would just have the dealers like cycling for some reason. I don't know if they like would be going on break and then they would like every 30 minutes or some shit. It's kind of fucking weird, but it was like I don't know if it was 30 minutes or like 15 minutes. They would cycle the dealers for some fucking reason. But the two dealers were nice that they kept cycling. I guess the pit boss, that job sounds like shit. Just constantly having to monitor what your fucking dealers are doing and shit. It's like, that sounds like a fucking annoying ass job, a stupid job too. Uh, but, but yeah, so before I went on before I went and walked around, my dad, I guess in that short amount of time that I walked around, it did seem longer. Like it seemed like I'd walked around longer than it really was. But I think it might have been like only like 30 minutes, if anything. I think my dad lost like 400 because he got like 400 in chips, and then when he lost that 400, he changed his seat because I guess most of the people had left by then at the table. Um, and then I guess he got another 400 in chips or exchanged whatever, another 400 in chips. Uh, exchanged another 400. And that was about the time that I was just watching him from behind in his seat. Eventually, as I was just watching, the lady said, the dealer said you could sit down if you want. Just as long as nobody else is like wants to sit in the seat or whatever, you could sit down. So I sat down for the rest of the time pretty much, just watching my dad play, making comments, asking questions and shit. Um and by the end, let's see, he won like maybe three or four like all right hands. Not so much the hands, but like the extra cards or whatever, the extra bonus cards and shit. Like you got I guess they called it five of a kind, or no, was it five of a kind or five five card flush. I think that was it. It's like five card flushes. With flushes being when you have all of the same suits, and the straights when you have like the ascending or descending number values in a row or whatever. So if you have like a 4, 5, 6, that's a straight. Or if you have a Jack, Queen, and King, that's a straight. That's better than like a 4, 5, 6. And I guess a straight flush is a really good one because that's you have a straight, but then you also have all of the same suit as well, which is pretty unlikely to get. I don't think we saw any of that, but he had mostly flushes that he'd won much money on, and but he was mostly he won a few times when I was there, a couple things, but he was mostly just losing money, obviously. And by the time we left, it was like 1:30. It was like 1:20 that my dad just started playing. He was like, "All right," because my mom texted me and said that the her brother and his partner had left for the day. Funny enough, they instead of finishing the job in one day, they're gonna come back again tomorrow to finish it for whatever fucking reason because they had to go to another customer or some shit. You know, shows how much they give a shit about my mom. I get my mom's business or whatever because you know how about you fucking do one job at a time then and get one done in a day instead of fucking 2 days and then have the area fucking all fucked up for two days in a row. Like what the fuck is that about? Stupid shit. But anyway, we were gonna be leaving around that time, so we left at like 1:30. My dad had in total played with 1,200 and lost in the end 1,200. So he lost 1,200. And man, that was fucking quick because we it was kind of crazy because we came in at like 11:30. He started playing probably about like 11:45 and we left at like 1:30 or some shit. Like we got out of we got off the table and like went to the bathroom and went back to the car. It was like 1:30 or some shit. So we were there for like barely 2 hours, and he lost 1,200. So that was like $600 lost an hour or some shit. So that was really fucking quick to be able to lose money. Um, but that was kind of like what happened, and we went back home. It was whatever. We just kind of chatted and stuff, and that was cool enough or whatever. Just kind of talked or whatever. Went back home and found that the house was kind of, at least the upstairs, then the room was kind of left in disarray, and the hallway sort of disarray. Like the furniture kind of just moved all in spots that aren't like comfortable to actually to be in or whatever. So my dad should have been more pissed off, but I was like, what the fuck, man? They just leave this shit like a fucking mess like this. They left like in the fucking hallway these two big pieces of furniture. I'm just like, I'm like, you fucking stupid bitch. Like, you don't have any fucking problem with this that your fucking asshole brother just leaves it like this? Like, and I'm sure she said to him, like, oh, it's fine. You guys just go, go do what you need to do. Just leave the stuff for tomorrow. But like leaving furniture in the middle of a fucking hallway like that, I was just like, wow, what fucking stupid fucking cunt, and what a fucking dumb fuck brother. Just like I don't know, man. Like her brother is very talented at like carpentry and stuff, and he's pretty good at some other handyman shit, but he is just like a fucking oblivious, chaotic idiot like my mother in so many similar ways. Just fucking like leaving shit in disarray and seemingly not even considering that like a problem. Like, dude, if I left your house like this in the same exact way, you would not be fucking happy about it. But you're just gonna leave your customer in this case in that way, thinking they'll be happy, they'll be fine with that. You're just acting like that more than likely because, for the most part, because she won't say shit to you because she's your fucking brother or she's your sister. It's like, man, I don't know. To me, that's some fucking stupid shit. But most of the blame could be placed on my mom in that sense. But still. Um. But anyway, the main stuff I kind of wanted to mention was just kind of like the whole feel of the casino and the kind of like idea of it, I was just like, wow, this whole thing feels fucking weird, dude. Feels off. Feels like the energy just felt weird, and the predatory nature of it, or whatever, the manipulative or predatory nature of it, was just on full fucking display without any attempts to hide it. Even my dad brought up that fact, which I didn't even consider, is that in the casino they have like no clocks. There's like no fucking clock anywhere to be seen. And then the other thing that I observed in a similar vein was there's like almost no windows besides at the entrance and some of like the emergency exits. There's almost no windows to see the outside because they do not want you to know how much time has passed. So how much time has passed? So you'll stay there longer, I guess, to feeling like you haven't been there very long or whatever, not knowing what time it is, if it's dark out, light out, whatever. So they purposely fucking do that, obfuscate what how dark it is, like what time it is to the people in there. Obviously, the multiple bars all around, they want to get the fucking people drunk. More drunk you are, the more less inhibitions you have, so you're more likely to gamble more, gamble higher, and like whatever, play more even though you shouldn't kind of shit. That was one of the weirdest things, is like at the bar that was open, I just kind of looked over there really quick. In the table of the entire like bar, instead of just being like a flat table, fucking like almost every bar stool seat on it had on the bar table or whatever, a screen, so you could play fucking like digital blackjack or whatever while you were at the bar. And I was just like, wow, man, that is so fucked up. Every fucking bar there, I think, had fucking screens built into like the counter to so you could play at the same time as you're fucking drinking. I'm like, God fucking damn, that is so fucking scummy. Just reduce the amount of friction as much as possible between you uh throwing your money away there. Like fucking every bathroom there was like slots like all around before the bathroom entrances and shit, obviously. um that was one. The Ooh, there's a few other ones that I was just like, well, I was just like so obvious what their intention was with that. It's so fucking like cynical in a way. Oh yeah, just the whole nature of everything having these fucking bright flashing lights and fucking like noises and stuff. Just the like, if you want to call it the reptile or monkey brain kind of shit, like, if you want to use the dumb Darwin terms shit, like the fucking like monkey brain, like fucking, oh, neuron activation and shit. uh and you saw, and I could see some of the people there, it was fucking weird. Like I saw some of these older ladies just like fucking pawing at the screens, like touching them or like feeling them up as if it's gonna give them like better luck or some shit, like in the weirdest ways, or like they were having like almost like a slight orgasm just touching the screen or some shit. It was fucking weird just walking by and seeing some of the shit that these fucking old pieces of shit were doing. It wasn't all of them, but just some of them. It was just strange to see. Like they had their own little fucking um methods to try and get better luck or some dumb shit. Um, and so it was funny because so many of the games I was like, who the fuck would choose to play some of these games? Like they just look ugly or like just obnoxious or fucking like a weird ass theme. I'm like, who the hell is playing some of these machines? It's so fucking strange. Um, I mean, just the fact that they have so many of the machines, like the digital fucking shit, is like, dude, it is so clear that that is like rigged, programmatically rigged against the fucking idiot playing. Um, they have every ability they have to track every time that you play, how much you've played, how long you've played, which machine you've played at. Um, how often how high you bet usually, how often you will keep betting if you win, if you lose, all this fucking shit they have. And they have every ability to change every value as fucking any time that they want. So it's like you are fucking at the mercy completely, like, especially compared to what the old machines would have been, where they're more like electromechanical. Now it's all purely digital electric shit, like programs and shit. They have every ability to manipulate all that shit programmatically with no fucking like no obfuscation of that. At least besides people just being ignorant. So I'm like, you are completely playing against yourself on those fucking kind of slot machines, honestly, like the digital ones especially. So I was like, holy shit, the fact there's so many of them is just insane. Um one of the other things was, oh yeah, the fact that they had a bus stop right near the entrance, like a bus stop, and I think they probably had probably two or three buses just, I would imagine, just cycling between that and like some of the areas in the city or whatever nearby. And I'm just like, wow, man, just reduce as much friction as possible to get fucking idiots to come here. Just have fucking like a rolling cycles of buses coming in and out here, picking up people and dropping them off. I was just imagining, I'm like, where are these fucking people taking the bus? How are they getting money to play at a fucking casino for one? For how much do they have to fucking play with, really? I mean, apparently enough with their whatever they have, welfare checks, especially the boomers. Like, oh man, the fucking casinos are like straight up a funnel, a funnel that the social security system, the social security check, the social security system for these boomers is like a funnel right to these fucking casinos, because that's where most of these fucking boomers are getting their money from to play at the casinos, is their fucking monthly social security checks or their pensions, but probably mostly social security checks. And I'm just like, wow, man, that is fucking ridiculous and pathetic. But like, it's just so absurd to just be able to see all that, just going through that place, like doing one round around and staying there for like less than 2 hours pretty much. I was able to just almost see like every fucked up thing, just like cynical design, again, like designed to manipulate and um designed to manipulate and like take advantage of these fucking low IQ motherfucking boomers and other people. There was like I said, the younger people there than I was expecting. Um, I don't know, just take advantage of like the quote unquote lizard brain, monkey brain of these fucking people in just the strangest fucking ways. I'm like, oh man. Uh, oh yeah, and they had, of course, they had a person going around somewhat often asking if anybody wanted coffee, tea, or like a drink or anything like that, like alcoholic drinks and shit. And I assume that they probably give them out for free, at least some of them, because they want you awake and staying at that table. They want you, with your caffeine. They want you drunk and fucking uh, and placated or whatever, and not thinking straight. Oh yeah, they had ATMs at like they had like the ATMs to take out money from whatever bank you got and shit. At like they had more ATMs around than they did fucking bathrooms. Um, yeah, man, that was like almost fucking so many things to list, and I didn't even see like every fucking thing. They had like some kind of entertainment, I guess, in some places that just they weren't there, so there wasn't anything to see. But they obviously had areas for the entertainment. The fact that they had like so many employees there, even though it wasn't that crowded at the beginning, is just fucking a testament to how much revenue flow that those fucking casinos have, really, to keep all of the lights on, to keep all of those machines, hundreds of machines constantly running, constantly flashing bright fucking lights, making noise. And just to get the machines there in the first place, buy them or whatever, just hundreds of fucking machines, all this other shit, all these workers there. Um, just constant fucking revenue flow for this fucking bullshit gambling. And when we were leaving, where it was around like a little bit more probably regular time for people to go out and do stupid shit like gamble, like around 1:30 or 2 p.m. It was actually getting pretty crowded, or somewhat crowded in some of the places, like some of the areas. I was like, wow, dude, what the fuck? Um, and but as we were leaving, that was the main stuff I had to talk about with the casino specifically. Like it just gave off this weird, cynical, fucking like human manipulating and taking advantage of, like, fuck you, I'm gonna fucking manipulate your stupid fucking ass, and you're gonna give me your fucking your money that's probably not even yours. It's fucking social security bullshit, welfare or whatever. um and yeah, some of the people looked pretty fucking rough that were in there. Like they look like they just came off the fucking streets, like homeless. Some of them that were fucking somehow playing fucking playing gambling there and shit. um Surprised I didn't see many like flared up attitudes or whatever, or flared up like anger. Like there might have been like one or two from a distance somewhere, but distant table somewhere, but at our table, not really. Um, but yeah, it was just a weird fucking like overall vibe. Just the entire thing was just strange. Like it's not like I completely like hated the experience or anything. I just kind of absorbed it, and I was just like, wow, man, how fucked up is this entire system of gambling and this casinos and shit? Constantly, probably every day, this place is open. Constantly having so many people come here, and probably the same people over and over, just throwing away their fucking money straight into the fucking toilet within minutes, within like less than like within hours barely. They just fucking all this fucking money just thrown away to nothing. And from the conversation going there and the conversation going home, we were talking about some shit, and I mentioned to my dad, like, yeah, fucking the gambling is probably one of the most prevalent vices in terms of just a volume of people out there, even more than like drinking or smoking. Honestly, that's just a completely baseless assumption, but it just kind of fucking feels like that because, especially now at this point, it brought up the fact of like microtransactions and gotcha games, and the loot box systems and the gambling within these games, these digital like digital games of digital worlds or whatever, the digital games, just straight up gambling with real money or using real money to gamble with bullshit for bullshit digital items or whatever. Um, it is just gambling, especially on shit like gotcha. It's like it's all just fucking the same goddamn shit. It's just fucking gambling. But in that gambling, the digital gambling, it's not regulated to be considered something that only adults of a certain age are allowed to play. No, it's just any fucking person, any kid, any age. Yeah, they could do it, and get them hooked young on gambling, and they'll just fucking keep doing it later on in life. Just creating gamblers from fucking the womb to the grave, as the saying would go. Um, and yeah, it was just the entire thing was fucking weird. And I know this has been a really long ramble, but I just wanted to share my experience with that and how I felt about the entire thing. It was an interesting experience. I'm glad I went to do it just to experience the entire thing. I didn't play anything. I just watched, and I don't think it really changed much in terms of like my experience. But I don't plan on going again. My dad actually plans on going again tomorrow because he's kind of doing it as a sort of like a, hey, well, all right, if they're gonna be here again, fucking up the room or whatever, then I'm just gonna fuck it. I'll just go to the casino by myself again or whatever, without her or whatever, because she'll be going to her stupid job on tomorrow because they don't have off Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday because it's not no longer Martin Luther King Day or whatever. But so he's more than likely going to the casino again tomorrow. Playing with the money that he won 2 days ago, the 3,630 or whatever. I it's their money. I'm like, whatever, do whatever fuck you want with it, waste it as you will. But um, I could, I could go with him again, but I was like, nah. I mean, I didn't even like. It's not that I didn't have like any enjoyment at all going there, but I saw what I wanted to see. I saw what I needed to see. There's nothing really more for me there to observe. And I'm just gonna stay in my room, lock my door, and fucking, basically just not help those guys. Could fuck them because I this ain't my fucking stupid moving, painting bullshit project. So let them do whatever, and I'll just be in the comfort of my room doing whatever instead of whatever at a stupid silly casino watching people gamble their money away. Um, but is that the main stuff I want to say? I think so. But yeah, sorry about the long ramble. But yeah, gambling is fucking disgusting. I think it is one of the most degenerate, fucked up things. One of the most manipulative, fucked up, antisocial, whatever you're going to like, psychotic behavior of manipulating other human beings and fucking taking advantage of them and shit. And the people that do it in the same way are just as fucking stupid, dumb fucking monkeys, degenerate fucks throwing their money away for some stupid bullshit dopamine hits. Um, yeah, it's. I think gambling and casinos are probably one of the most degenerate bullshit fucking things that I've seen in this society or whatever. And I basically never want to participate actively in any of it. I would fully discourage anybody from doing it. There is nothing to gain from it, only anything to lose. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Hope you found it interesting or enjoyable or something. But yeah, see you in the next one and take care.